Wait, when was the last time you said yes, but deep inside you are screaming no? I mean no. Yani that moment where you agree to help, agree to go, agree to give, alafu ukijipata later ukiwa so tired, so annoyed, na unajiuliza sasa mbona nilikubali? I mean, if that sounds like you, kaa hapa. Because today we are talking about something most of us struggle with. That is saying no without guilt. Kwa hii Kenya yetu, kusema no ni kama, kukosa manners. Unaambiwa usikatae watu, ati be nice. Oh, mara usidisappoint. But nobody tells you what really happens when being nice starts costing you your peace. So if you're tired of maybe people pleasing, tired of over-explaining, tired of maybe feeling bad for choosing yourself, Bana, this conversation is for you. Let's have a talk. Otherwise, see people, welcome back once again to A Talk with Brian, a show that dives deep into the real issues that always shapes our everyday decisions. From pressures that we face daily to the choices that we make about money, relationships, health, and even our own happiness. Okay, my goal here is simple. I'm just having... we just unpack these challenges and make us understand what's really going on behind them, and maybe explore practical ways we can actually take back control of our own lives. Here, there is no unrealistic advices. We're just having honest conversations about the things that actually and truly matter in our lives. And today, I want us to talk about something, something so hard. Something that stresses many of us. Yani, kuliko hata ile rent yenye inakujanga end month, saying no without guilt. Because tell me why kusema no in Kenya feels like a crime. Unasema no, alafu unafeel kama umefanya something so bad. Like, umekosea nani? Let's be honest. We say yes to things we don't want to do most of the times. Yani, we say yes to favors that we can't afford. We say yes to plans we are tired of. We say yes to people who drains us. Mpaka battery ya soul inafeel kama inafika almost 2%. Why? Ati because hatutaki kuonekana that we are rude. Hatutaki kudisappoint watu, na pia a Kenyan guilt na feeling ni kama it's premium. Unajua ile ka feeling ya mtu anakuambia bana, I was counting on you bana. You are the only one nilikuwa na count on. Kale ka pressure kana kukujia. But listen to me very, very carefully. Saying no does not make you a bad person. It makes you a self-aware person. Let me say that once again for the people at the back. Saying no is not disrespect. It is self-respect. Kama huna time, bana, hauna time. Kama huna nguvu, say it, you don't have. Kama huna pesa, hauna, please, hauna, period. You don't need to over-explain yourself. Hii tabia kusema, actually, it is, no, hapana, relax. It's simple. Siwezi this time. Not today. Niko tight kwa sasa. That's enough. You don't owe anyone a long essay. And by the way, people who always get angry when you say no, those ones who are benefiting from your silence. Okay, think about it. If every time you say yes, you are tired, bitter, annoyed, then that yes is costing you peace. And a peace, my friend, is so expensive, by the way. It's even expensive kuliko hiyo data bundles unatumianga kuwatch video. Here's the truth nobody tells you. You can be kind and still have boundaries. Boundaries si uchokozi. I mean boundaries ni kujipenda. Sema no bila kelele. I mean just sema no bila so much drama. Just say no bila kujihate afterwards, you know. Because when you say no to what drains you, you say yes to your mental health. I mean yes to your time. Yes to your dreams. You say yes to yourself. So next time guilt inakuja ikisema utaonekana aje, just tell it politely. I mean Saki, life is too short to live for almost everyone else. Nakumbuka even Jesus rested. Sasa wewe ni nani bana? Just say no. Smile. Breathe. Move on. Your peace matters more than anything else bana. Chagua yourself bila guilt, you know? Because kusema no si kitu unaamka siku moja umelan, you know. Kusema no is something life teaches you pole pole, you know. Life always teaches you this kupitia ma stress, you know, burnout, heartbreaks kidogo hapa na pale, you know. Most of us were raised to be people pleasers in Kenya. Ati respect elders. Be helpful. I mean, don't talk back. Usikatae mtu. Now don't get me wrong. That's not bad. But nobody taught us where helping ends and self-destruction begins. I mean, unaendelea kusaidia mpaka unaanza unajisahau. Okay, let me just ask you something. And let's just be honest about this. How many times have you said yes, then immediately you start regretting? And how many times did you, say yes, alafu immediately ukaanza complain? You are just even complaining to yourself and even to your friends. And how many times did you say yes, but deep inside ulikuwa unasema sasa mbona nilikubali? Why did I even agree to that? Exactly. I mean, that's your spirit saying he need too much, you know. But because we are afraid of guilt, we ignore that voice. I mean, in Kenya, guilt comes dressed as, you know, utasaidia familia yako lini sasa? You know? Lakini wewe si ndio tumekuwa tukitegemea. Usidisappoint watu, usidisappoint familia. Ni mara moja tu. Lakini hiyo mara moja huwa na mara mingi. Inakuja kuwa mara mingi sana. And even before you know it, you will feel so tired. Not just physically, but also emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I mean, asubuhi unajipata unaamka umechoka. Lakini hujafanya anything, but you just so tired. And that's what's called burnout. My friend, and burnout doesn't come because you are weak. This thing always comes because you stayed too long in situations you should have even said no to, you know? I mean, you people, let's talk about even money. Let's talk about money because it's sensitive. It's very sensitive. I mean, Kenyan guilt plus money, this is a disaster. It's equal to a disaster. I mean, you lend money you don't even have. You contribute to things you didn't even plan for. I mean, you say, nitatafuta, when you know very well hauna, and then end month inafika, I mean, rent inakugonga. And suddenly unakuwa so angry at anyone. I mean, but listen, I mean, saying no to money requests It's not being selfish. If you don't have, you don't have. Just say you don't have. It's just being reasonable. Yeah? That's a mature way of reasoning, you know? Kama huna. You know? Na kama utaumia ukitoa, please don't. You don't have to suffer to prove love to everyone. True relationships survive on a no. If someone disappears because you said no once, they were not your people. And this one hurts. It hurts. And it's so true. And there is also something, okay, about friendship. Let's talk. Let me just talk about friendship a little bit. You know, ile friendship ya wewe ndio una initiate everything. I mean, wewe ndio unasikiliza, unaongea, unasikiliza ma problems, you know. Wewe ndio unaelewa kila time. But when it's your turn, just crickets, you know. Na bado unasema yes, you know, all the time. When they come, you say yes to them. Why? Because you don't want to lose them. But here's the truth. You don't lose people by setting boundaries, you know? You just lose people by outgrowing them. And growth is not a crime, my people. I mean, saying no, sometimes it just means no to late night drama, you know? I mean, just no to gossips, no to toxic jokes, you know? Just no to let's just drink to forget. Because healing needs silence. I mean, healing needs some rest. You people, healing needs some space. Na kusema ukweli, some people will call you, you know, blah, blah, blah has changed. Ati nowadays, anajiona sana. But changing is the point, you know. You are never meant to remain the same version of you forever. Never. People will always change. And there's also this one about work. Let's talk about work and hustle culture, you know. Kenya, we glorify suffering. Ati, no sleep, just grind. Usingizi ni ya maskini. Rest. You people. Rest is not a reward. Rest is a requirement. I mean, you can say no to extra work. You can say no to unpaid favors. You can say no to being overworked, you know, overworked and even underpaid. Because let me tell you, hapo penye unafanya kazi, if you collapse today, my friend, kampuni itaendelea. What about your body? What about your mind? What about your family? Those ones need you whole. They need you more than anyone else. I mean, saying no at work doesn't mean that you are kind of lazy, you know. It means that you know your limits. And limits are always healthy. Very, very healthy. And what about relationships? The romantic ones. Hapa ndipo guilt inakuanga so strong. You stay where you are unhappy. I mean, you tolerate disrespect all the time. I mean, you excuse bad behaviors. Ati, labda, atabadilisha. Oh, labda, change. You know? You are not a rehabilitation center, my friend. You can say no to being shouted at. You can say no to being ignored. You can say no to being manipulated. Being made to feel small. Love should not cost to your self-worth, you know. I mean, saying no to mistreatment is self-love. And yes, it's hard. It hurts. It feels lonely. But peace is better than chaos. Let's just normalize saying no without anger, you know. I mean, you don't need to fight all the time. You don't need to. And you don't need to explain yourself loudly, you know. I mean, you people, you don't need to convince anyone. calm confidence is powerful. Just no, I'm not comfortable with that. No, that doesn't work for me, you know? No, I have decided differently. You know, that feels different, you know? No apologies, no justifications, you know? And if guilt comes knocking, just remind yourself, you people, I'm allowed to choose myself. I'm allowed to rest, you know? I'm allowed to change my mind. You are allowed to say no. Yani, just repeat that mpaka ingie. Because the more you practice saying no, the easier it becomes always. I mean, and I know at first it will feel like, you know, it's kind of awkward. Utajihisi vibaya kidogo, lakini guilt fades, peace remains, and one day you will realize you are happier, you are calmer, you are more present. Not because life became easier, but it's because you stopped carrying what was not yours. I will repeat that for you. So, my people, as we wrap this conversation up, this week, let's say no to one thing that drains you. Just one. And watch how your energy changes. Because, I mean, saying no is not rejection. It's direction. And where there is direction, there is growth. Otherwise, you people, asante sana for staying with me throughout the talk. If this spoke to you and at least you found yourself getting convinced, just do me one thing. Share it with someone who maybe needs to hear it. And until next time, chagua mani yako, chagua mipaka yako, chagua wewe. Otherwise, bye. And I'm your host, Brian. See you